listen. Got the money constant. Just you good. It's done jazzy, done jazzy. Just for the record. Just for the record. If they like me, then chop at the tomato, then no go catch up. Oh, yeah, come back now. I so play me a mouth. You go do your one time, I go for one time, I'm not to buy mess up. Anything you wish me, that be a passion. Bad man, no they walk up. Man, no be caught up. Make them they talk up. I see they fly like a helicopter. Nobody girls have done a illusion. We can move. Question, but then you get the answer. At you, last time I take picture with you. Now my cassava with you. Last time I see what you do. See when we go get a wild like this. Come to money that job at the power. Anything you wish me. We are going better now. I so play me a mouth. You go do your one time, I go for one time. I'm not to buy mess up. Anything you wish me. That be a passion. Bad man no they walk up. Man no be God up. Make them they talk up. I should they fly like a helicopter. Nobody girls have got an inshallah with them over. Question, but then no get the answer. 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 Answer, Bassa, we will do. Yeah, go sing a salad when you they move. See green light when I look at you. Last time I take picture with you. Now my cassava with you.
I think I want to get this one. Yeah. You don't have to be on it. It's okay.
Ready? My vlog. My vlog. Oh no. Hold on, she got fixed something. No, dear, no. No, it's Brittany.
I'm gonna buy it.
My lady, would you like to try our local, authentic Bahamas rum cake made right here?
Right here?
Right here. We have them at the store.
Let me try it.
Okay. TNT, rum cake. My lady said again? They're good. And they're good. Don't tell my lady.
I believe you. I believe you.
You're vlogging.
I am.
Wow. Now this is your authentic rum cake. Any guys that are in the Bahamas know the difference between Tortuga and the local made Bahamas rum cake. She's trying the pina colada, and these are freshly made to order at the market.
Y'all heard her.
Commercial-wise. Oh, taste though. You got a pillow called taste. It is okay.
It tastes great. It tastes good. You told me.
Thank you, my lady. Yes, it's really good. It's really good.
It is good. Magnets? Perfect.
Chef cards up, guys.
What do you look at your card? Oh, yeah. Thank you. I just got back from dinner. It was so good. But I feel so drunk. I think we're going through like some rain or something, because the boat is swaying extra, and I'm tired because today drained me. But the motion of the boat is not making it any better. Like, I thought it was just me, because I was like, maybe I'm finally feeling that motion sickness, and everybody's like, no, like, I feel it. It's definitely rocking extra, because I think we're just going through the storm. But I'm so beat. I took a few pictures on the stairwell. I took a few personal pictures as well. And I'm just about to lay down and relax. 9 times out of 10 is gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep. So it's the next day and it's 2:15. When I tell you guys I'm so worn out, I mean, I'm not as worn out now, but I woke up at like 8. Went back to sleep. I went to go get breakfast at like 10, and I came back and I took a nap because I was just so tired. Like, Nassau wore me out. That Bahamian sun is no joke. So now I'm sitting in a chair facing the ocean. Pool and stuff is out there in the sun and everything, but I just wanted to come in here, get some shade for once. I FaceTimed Kaylin and she said that I had sunburn. Like, I got it on my chest and my nose. I'm still so tired, but I feel a little, like, I feel more rested now because I took that nap. When I walked out of my room, they have the departure instructions and like where you can tag your bag and everything. And I don't want to leave. I've been having such a good time since I've been here. And it's just so hard knowing that tomorrow we'll be back in Miami and I'll be getting off the boat. Now, I didn't really get a chance to like speak on it, but yesterday when we got off the boat, we got off the port and everything, you have to, after you get out of like the gift shop place that y'all saw me pass before you get back on the port to the boat, you literally have to walk into the streets of the city. And there were a lot of people out there in the morning when we got off because they're trying to like, they have signs and they're trying to like get you go on these excursions. Overwhelming at first because they were like swarming me when we first got off the boat and you have to walk in the streets. And mind you, I never went on a deserted street. I never went on no like where no people were around. People were literally around. People were all around me. It was like 4 cruise ships, 4 big ass cruise ships. There was people everywhere and the men still were like bobbing and weaving people just to get to me. But I think I'm gonna just sit here for a while, catch up on some editing because I have a lot of footage to edit now. And I don't know, probably look at my notes for school while I'm here. So yeah, it's only 2:24. I still have time, so. But I wanted to get on the water slide today because they have like 2 big ass water slides, and I wanted to get on it, but I do not have it in me today. It is editing Tamia here, and I just want to talk about what happened in Nassau, just to like clarify a few things. When I was talking about the men in Nassau like flocking up to me and stuff like that, I want to clarify a few things. So when we docked in Nassau, right? We docked. It was my Royal Caribbean ship. It was 3 other cruise ships out there, 3 big cruise ships out there. Okay, so I mean it was a lot of people out there. So we docked in Nassau, and when you get off the boat and you go through like the ports, like, you know, the gift shops and stuff y'all saw me go through before I hit the streets, you get there, and the part okay, so when we were going through the port where they had gift shops and everything, okay, y'all know at this point I'm on this cruise alone, and what I mainly did on this cruise for like safety measures and just not to draw attention to myself, to make people know that I'm alone, was I would walk with people, next to people, and within people. So I'm always in the crowd, so you know, I'm not an easy target. And y'all, when I tell y'all, as soon as we hit the streets of Nassau, it's hella men on the streets advertising excursions, okay? Because they know people come here a lot. They know tourists come here a lot because, you know, that's where the cruise is docked, okay? So as soon as you hit the streets, they're waiting on you with their signs. And y'all, as y'all saw, as soon as I hit the streets, men were like, you want to do this, you want to do this, da 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 da, like, it'll be free for you, blah blah blah. So y'all saw that. And then y'all saw where I was talking to the girl working in her shop because she wanted my YouTube channel, and the owner came out and he was complimenting me. I was like, okay, cool. So when I got off the boat, I was just trying to find the beach, okay? So I was trying to walk with people because, you know, I was like, I'm trying to, you know, find where the beach is. So, you know, I have to walk within the city to find the beach. So that's what I was doing. I literally, it was like I said, it's 4 big cruise ships out here, so it's hella people on these streets. I'm not here alone. So when I tell y'all, while I was walking with these, like just walking within the crowd, when I tell y'all, it was men running up to me left and right. I didn't get to record all of it because it was happening, like, you know, after those few, like, you know, when y'all saw me walking on the streets and, you know, men were asking me, do you want to do an excursion, blah, blah, blah. Like, they would compliment me here and there. Once I hit that corner and, you know, I actually got in like mid-city, when I tell y'all, it was men running up to me just to tell me I was beautiful and stuff like that. I didn't get to record it because it was starting to get a little too much. But when I was walking through, like, you know, on the streets and stuff like that, you know, I'm within the crowd, I'm following people, you know, I'm not looking like I'm by myself. When I tell y'all, these men were literally bobbing and weaving through people to speak to me, you know, and it wasn't on any, like, you know, they were just being nice. Like, they were just like, you know, you're just beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Like, do you want to do an excursion or something like that? And, you know, I'll be like, no. Because, you know, I'm not, because for these excursions, you have to go to another island. Like, they have to take you on another island. I just wasn't comfortable with that. So, you know, I just keep walking. And at this point, I put my camera away because we had to pass through another, like, group of men with their excursions. And y'all, they were just coming from all directions, like, hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to do that? Oh, you look so beautiful, blah, 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 blah. I put my camera away because, you know, they were starting to flock me. So, you know, at this point, I'm getting nervous. I'm like, oh, my God, I don't know what they trying to do. Because when I tell y'all, every corner I hit, every street I walked, it was people, it was men honking at me. I'm talking about men driving. They driving down the road, and they like this. I would walk past shops, men and women, they would come out the shops and just, and I remember there was these three men, they were sitting on the sidewalk, and I had to pass them. You know, I had to pass them, and they were talking, and when I walked through, they were like, oh, hold up, are you a model? Blah, blah. They're like, are you a model? Because you look good. See, that's a real woman right there. Blah, 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 blah. And they were like, see, that just made my day. Everywhere I walked, I got compliments. I was being admired. You know, like, when I tell y'all there was men running across the street to just come tell me I was beautiful, I was like, oh my gosh. And, you know, I was starting to get nervous because, you know, it's just the way that they would approach me that made me feel nervous. Like, I wasn't at the you know, because I was by myself. And I was like, I don't know what y'all trying to do or anything like that. So then at some point I had to, because it's still a lot of people out here, okay? I want y'all to remember that. It's still a lot of people. Like, at no point am I walking by myself like it's an empty street and it's just Tamia and the people of the Bahamas. Like, that's not what this is. So then, after I passed them, you know, at this point, I'm like, okay. I need to find the beach. Quick. Street where I see the beach. I see the water. I see the water. I see the dock. I just need to get to the actual, like, opening of the beach. Like, I need the sand. As I see the beach in my view, I'm walking. It's this another big group of men advertising excursions. Same thing. As soon as I became in eye view, they just came up to me. And like I said, my camera was away because I was like, I don't know, these people trying to rob me. I don't know what's getting ready to happen. So, they just were coming up and they were like, we got swimming with the pigs, we got clear kayak, blah, 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 blah. Where are you going, girl? You look so good, blah, blah, blah. You look beautiful, blah. Like, they were complimenting me and I'm trying to get by them. You know, I'm trying to get through them so I can just go on the other side of the street. And, you know, while these people have complimented me and everything the whole time I've been here, I've been respectful. You know, I say thank you and everything. But, girl, when I was going through this group of men, they were, like, trying to walk with me and talk with me, like, you know, lowball kind of following me. And I was still like, okay, I was still nice. But at that point, I was like, okay, I gotta find some people to walk with because this is about to be crazy. Mind you, it's still a lot of people out here. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that. It's still a lot of people near me, behind me, in front of me, on the side of me. These men are just, they bobbing and weaving to get to me. You know, this one guy was like trying to get me to do clear kayaks and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, my friend is on the beach, so let me go ahead and get her, and then I'll find you some other time. And he was like, okay. Because he was actually trying to be like, oh, if you're trying to go to the beach, you know, I'm going to walk with you over there. I was like, no, that's okay. So, y'all, I don't remember how, but I ran onto the dock, right? I ran onto the dock. I found these four black people. My people. It was a black lady, her husband, and it was another black lady and her husband. So they were all in a group. And they were standing on the dock because they were trying to figure out where the beach was too. And I just ran up to them and I was like, hi, are you guys trying to find the beach? And they were like, yeah, we're trying to find the beach. And I was like, well, can I please walk with you? Because I feel like I'm being followed, which I kind of was. Like, when I was going through that crowd of men, y'all, the men were just, you gotta believe me. So, because I was feeling uncomfortable, I was like, bro, I need to walk with somebody. And they were like, yeah, you can walk with us. Like, they were very receptive of me. So, you know, when I was walking with them and everything, you know, we got to know each other and everything. And me and this one lady really bonded because she is a registered nurse, and y'all know I'm in school for nursing. And, you know, me and her really talked and everything, and, you know, I got to know them. Those were those people y'all saw where I was like, hey, I found friends, because the men were doing a lot. Those were the people, these are the people I'm with now. So, you know, they were just, we were just talking and everything, and, you know, we got to the beach, and, you know, we found a restaurant where it's on the beach, but it's just not on the sand. So it's just like a step up and it's a pavement. So we get there, and even, you know, they didn't even want to let me see. Yeah, they didn't want to get in the sand. But, you know, they sat at the little restaurant tables and they were just talking and everything. And, you know, they were just telling me, you know, it was really like refreshing how, you know, because I told them, you know, I'm here by myself because, you know, obviously I had to walk with them, you know, and like they were cool. They were like, yeah, I told them I was here by myself and we really bonded. Like, we got to know each other. And they were like, you know, it's just very admirable how, you know, you're in school and you still like traveling and even like going by yourself. And they were like, because, you know, we're trying to teach the younger girls in our family to like just do stuff alone. And it doesn't have to be stuff like this, but, you know, just do stuff alone because, you know, while you're young, you should still want to travel and like, you know, do stuff on your own and just experience life. So it was like, it's really refreshing to see a young, educated black girl traveling no matter what you're going through, like you're here. The lady I bonded with, she was like, the first time I got on the plane was when I was 40 years old. Another guy, I think it was the other lady's husband, he was like, yeah, when I tell people where I've been, some people, they don't even know that type of stuff exists because they just don't go out and travel, you know. So they were just telling me like, hey, like, we're just really glad, like, they were like actually saying like, we're really glad that you found us because, you know, you kind of gave us like a new sense of hope for this generation. And they were just like, you know, they were like, we're just so glad God sent you to us because it's just refreshing to see stuff like this. And they were like, you know, and that's what you're supposed to do. Like, when you're by yourself and you don't feel safe, you just find people. So I went on the beach, and even when I went on the beach, y'all, the beach attendants were like, it was like, I'm not used to being admired. Okay, I'm not used to being admired. In the US, you know, these men got pride, and even though I have a man, it's just I'm telling y'all this experience because, you know, this is my experience. This is something that I endured while I was on vacation. Okay, they were really nice. Everywhere I went, it was like, you know, they were watching a movie. I was telling my friend Kaylin, you know, Kaylin travels a lot. I was just telling her about my experience, and I was like, you know, like, they were just admiring me like they never seen a woman before. And when I talked to Kaylin about it, she was like, most of the time when you travel to a poor island, a lot of the men and women, they can't afford to leave the island. So they're not used to seeing beautiful women. And that made so much sense when she said it. Like, it just clicked. Because, like I said, anywhere I went, it's like, you know, attention was just drawn to me. And it caught me off guard because, you know, like I said, I was walking within the crowd, like I was with people, and like these men were just like bobbing and weaving just to like call me beautiful and stuff like that. And, you know, now that I look back on it, they didn't really mean any harm. Like, they were just excited to see me.
Beautiful.
Heaven? I like to think so. Thank you. They weren't trying to, you know, coerce me. They weren't trying to grab me. They weren't being disrespectful. They weren't being derogatory or anything like that. Like, I got genuine compliments from men and women. And I'm not used to that. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm not used to that. Y'all know in the United States here, when a man approaches you, most of the time, they want something else too. And I'm not talking about like sex. Like, I'm talking about, like, you know, if you beautiful, they want your number. And if you don't want to if you don't give them your number, it's a whole thing. Like, okay, cool, you think I'm cute, okay, it can just be that. But, you know, most of the time it's not only that. And if it's not, you know, if they want to pursue you and you just not really interested, it just can't be just that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And it was just refreshing to be complimented. And, you know, everybody just gave me my space. You know, like, these men would compliment me and they didn't want anything else. They just complimented me and they just backed off. They left me alone.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. You could tell it was genuine. Like, they were like, wow. Because I was like, Kaylin, they acted like I was dropped out of the sky. And she was like, you kind of are if you think about it. this is the one time I wish I would recorded me taking pictures, because this is when I felt the bravest. I met this other girl right next to me. I was talking to her and her parents, and she is like, we just bonded. It's just crazy. So we were just talking, and I needed to take my pictures. Y'all know I'll be having to take my pictures, and you know, I had my tripod out, and the girl next to me, she was like, how you about to take these pictures? And I was like, I'm about to use my remote, my tripod. And she was like, oh, but there's people walking. And I was like, they'll move. Baby, I got up. I got, and look, I'm in front of the beach. It's many people out here, and I'm in the front by the water. So, you know, I got my little tripod out. I made my little spot on the beach, you know, digging up the sand so my feet can sink in it. And I was just taking pictures. Y'all, it was so many people looking at me, and I did not care. And I don't think they were looking at me they weren't looking at me in a bad way. They were looking at me like, she's really taking pictures by herself in front of everybody. Telling you, like, the locals, the beach attendants, they just, like, I was just being admired from all angles. Like, I don't know, I felt so brave. I wasn't. I don't think, like, I think getting past the feeling of feeling brave, but, you know, I was brave. But yeah, like, I wish I recorded that just so y'all could see the reactions I was just getting from people, like how I just flawlessly took pictures. It wasn't even like people were even there. You know, people respected my area where I was taking pictures. They went around, you know, they weren't trying to be in my pictures. So yeah. So, the people I met who walked with me to the beach and everything, you know, they left early to go somewhere else, and I stayed on the beach because I made, like, friends on the beach and stuff. I didn't want to leave, you know. And the women there, they were like, okay, as soon as you get on that boat, you text us that you got on the boat and everything. And I was like, okay. Like, they were being so serious because they were both moms. They were like, girl, as soon as you get on this boat, you text us and tell us that you got on the boat. I was like, okay. And yeah, I found another family to walk with back on the boat, because, you know, they were on another cruise ship next to me. And it was nice. It was nice. You know, I got the text messages from the ladies I met, and I texted them as soon as I got on the boat, and I saw them the next day, and I saw them the day I was leaving. Like, you know, I met up with them before I got on my bus to go to the airport and everything. We met up and everything. Really changed my perspective, because it just reminded me, like, even though, like, when you're traveling, this may be your first time here. This is a new experience for you. You've never been here. This is also a local's first experience of YouTube. You may be somebody else's first experience or something like that, if that makes sense. Because I see plenty of videos on TikTok where, you know, black women especially, or black people especially, they travel to all these countries, and it just doesn't have to be just black people, just people in general. Like, when we travel to different countries, you don't go there and expect for certain attention to be on you. You don't expect for people to just, like, you know, look at you and it's like you're not from there or something like that. Like, I see so many videos on TikTok where black women, especially when they go to different countries, it's like the foreigners' reactions, they just like, it's like they're shocked that you're here. It's like taboo that you're here, because, you know, a lot of the times these people, they don't leave their countries. They can't afford to leave. So them seeing foreigners and stuff like that, it just doesn't happen. That's why you see them taking pictures of foreigners. They want to take pictures with you. They talk to you. They're touching your hair and stuff like that, because they really are not used to people coming to their countries. So it just really, like, gave me a new perspective. And, you know, when I travel, I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind. Like, you know, just because I came here and I wasn't expecting all that attention, like, you know, you don't go anywhere and really like, I don't know, I guess you don't expect to be the center of attention. You don't expect, I guess we all kind of, like, feel like there's people like us around all the time, like in the United States. When you go somewhere else, it's not like that most of the time. The experience just definitely taught me, you know, just be nice, smile, wave, because you know, like I said, when you travel to different places, you may be somebody's first experience, you may be somebody's rare experience. You know, some of these people, most of these people, they've never seen people like you before. And you know, I will admit, walking by and just having people stare at me, it was just like a different feeling. Because you know, over here, it's like we're all the same. So nobody really stares like that. But when I was there, it was like people were staring because it's like they really don't get to see women like me. So I was like, wow. Yeah. That's it. That's all. Enjoy the video. Alright, so it's the last day of the cruise. I already started packing because I have to have my luggage outside of my door by 10 p.m. So I'm about to head to dinner. This is what I'm wearing. From the Nova, of course. It's Caribbean night. It's a themed Caribbean night on the boat, and you can never go wrong with a sundress. So, they said the dinner's supposed to be really good tonight, and I believe it because it's the last day. I feel like the dinner was good every night, but he said something like we were going to have like jerk chicken and stuff like that on the menu, so I'm kind of excited. Thank you. Good, how are you? Good. You been okay today? Yeah.
Long day.
Long day?
Morning breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Thank you. Alright, y'all, so I am leaving the ship. I just got done packing everything and whatnot. I'm gonna be leaving out of here like 7:30. It's like 7:21 now. I had a really good experience at the Bahamas. I had a really good experience as a for the cruise, especially with this being my first cruise. It's been an experience, but it has not been a bad one at all. I'm definitely gonna miss the view of the ocean out of my window. The city of Miami. Vice City. I took so many good pictures. I had such a good time, but now it's time for me to go back home. I called my parents yesterday and my mom was like, I'm ready for you to come home now, blah 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 blah. And like my boyfriend has been like, you know, it's time for you to come home, blah 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 blah. You said you were gonna be gone for 3 nights when I definitely didn't. And he was like, and it's been 4 days. But yeah, I'm gonna miss the Bahamas. I'm so glad I came. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. And I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. You know, when I get to the airport, I'm gonna have to start editing because I have plenty of footage to edit. So yeah, I really enjoyed this trip, especially this being my first solo trip. I've always wanted to take a solo trip. I've always wanted to come to the Bahamas, and it was nothing less than amazing. If you're watching this and you're thinking about doing a solo trip, you should just do it. Just be aware, just be safe, blend in with the crowd wherever you go. Don't be afraid to ask to walk with people if you don't feel safe or you are unsure. Sometimes you can't wait for people, and traveling alone might sound scary, but as long as you do your research on the safety of where you're going and you have your phone on you and you stay in contact with people, make friends, be on your P's and Q's, you'll be okay. You know, sometimes you can't wait for people. Life doesn't stop for anybody. So, hey, sometimes you have to do things alone, and sometimes traveling is something you have to do alone. When I was talking to my dad yesterday, he was like, I hope you had a really good time because you're not doing another solo trip. And the thing was, I told them beforehand, like, even though I'm grown, I can make my own decisions. I told them beforehand they were fine with it. I think now, you know, that I actually left, they were like, okay, like, I don't know, like, they worry. And, you know, my boyfriend does too. So, you know, my parents was like, you're not doing another solo trip. You know, if we have to, you know, make your sister get on the trip, then that's what we'll do, blah, 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 blah. So, who knows? But, yeah. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out of the video. It sounds like people are leaving. And, yeah.
Yeah, I know I get